Hi, it's Toby from Divorce Lifestyle Design. In a recent video message that I sent out, I talked about the idea that when things are going well, it's important that you allow that momentum to build, and it's important that you allow those good things to happen and you enjoy it and try and compound the effects of those. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is the way that we react to things when things potentially change, and when all of a sudden something comes along out of left field perhaps which knocks us off track. You know, a difficult conversation that we have with our ex, or an unexpected event in the course of the proceedings for our divorce, or financial hardships, difficulties at work, difficulties with friends, difficulties with our kids. How all of a sudden we can feel like, well, everything was going well and now it's a disaster, now everything's off track, now I'm back to square one, I'm struggling again. What I really wanted to kind of illustrate is that actually these things happen to everyone all the time. Change happens all the time in life, and it's part of the process of life teaching us what we need to learn. It's part of the process of us growing as humans. When something difficult comes along, we don't know how we're going to deal with it, but it's down to us then to kind of engineer the solution, to try and figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to react to it and what we're going to put in place in order to allow us to deal with that challenge. I like a good quote, and the quotes I have, I'm going to have to read them so I don't mess them up. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman leader, said that the universe is change and our life is what our thoughts make it. So I guess what he's really saying there is that change is inevitable, and the universe is change. Everything in the universe is constantly changing. And the way that our life unfolds and the things that we get in our life are what we do with it and how we approach it, primarily, first and foremost, with our thoughts. So if our thoughts are about, oh, this is a catastrophe, this is a disaster, how am I going to react, how am I going to get back on track, then immediately we're approaching it with a kind of survival mentality and with a thought process that says, this is a disaster, this is a really bad thing. Alternatively, if a change comes along or something is forced upon us, if we can think about it as an opportunity, or if we can at least see it as a growth opportunity. So, we know we're going to do what's necessary to get through it, because we can't just throw the towel in, we can't just give up. Instead, we're going to learn from it, we're going to grow through it, we're going to learn new skills potentially, make new connections with different people, perhaps find a different way of tackling a problem that's previously been our downfall. Then that's going to ultimately bring about a better life for us. So the simple message, I suppose, is that change is inevitable in life. Change always happens. Life is a constant cycle. There's highs and lows. If we didn't have highs and lows, then they wouldn't be highs and lows by definition. Things would always be on an even keel. Another quote is one that I think I can remember, which is from the great personal development speaker, Jim Rohn, which is that life doesn't, well, I'm not going to get it right, unfortunately. Your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. And that's a simple truth. We improve ourselves, we grow through change, the way that we react to things and the way that we get on with things and knuckle down and do what needs to be done when times get tough. That's how we actually grow, that's how we improve ourselves, and that's how we get change in our lives. It doesn't just happen by luck, certainly not everything. It's actually down to how we apply ourselves to the challenges that life throws up. So the next time you encounter a change or a difficulty, I'd encourage you to maybe try and see beyond your initial reaction, which may be that it's a really bad thing, that it's a hardship, that it's a negative, and actually think, well, you're going to get through it. You're going to figure out what needs to be done, and then you're going to do that. And ultimately, it will be through doing that repeatedly which brings you the life that you want and that you deserve and that you desire. So I hope that helps. It's a bit longer than usual. I hope this finds you thriving and not just surviving. And until next time, this is Toby from Divorce Lifestyle Design saying goodbye. Thank you.